back or welcome if you're new to my channel. I'm your go-to for all things beauty and skincare. I haven't had any work done to my face, so you're getting real skin over 50. I'm age 50.5 for reference. My skin is combination sensitive and rosacea prone and is also dehydrated. And right now, this is not dewy skin, this is sweat. I just took my dog for a walk and oh my gosh, it is 40 degrees with the humidity today, so I'm dying. I do want to post a little picture of our cute little dog because we're fostering her at the moment and then looking to adopt her after the foster period is over. Her name is Coco and she was abandoned by someone and we're rescuing her, which is the only way that we've ever adopted our dog. And we just have a real soft spot for boxers. So go ahead and give Coco some love in the comments and let me know if you want to see a joint skincare routine with my dog. Today's video is a part 2 to the video I did last, which was on my morning skincare routine and how I transformed my skin at age 50. This is going to be part 2 because I need to do a couple of videos on my evening routines. My evening routine isn't stagnant. My morning routine more or less is. It varies very little. I may sub in some new products, but generally I'm sticking to the theme of what I illustrated in that video. So if you haven't watched it, I'll link it in the description box below and also at the end of this video for you to watch. So today is going to be an easy routine. I really like simple, easy skincare routines, especially because of my rosacea. I cannot just pile tons and tons of products on my face, loads and loads of ingredients. It'll just set off my rosacea. So keeping things simple is really essential for me. And I also use this routine as an in-between routine for my other days, or I should say evenings, where I'm using retinoids or acid exfoliation or something that's really active in my skin. But I don't want to minimize on any of the well-aging or anti-aging benefits, so I find this one really targets the signs of aging in my skin, and I noticed a nearly immediate effect on my skin. I don't know if that's just me, but I leave it to you guys in the comments to comment your own experiences if you've had experience using copper peptide serums. So let's start. When I begin my evening skincare routine, I always double cleanse. A double cleanse for me involves using an oil cleanser first or an oil cleansing balm. I'll list some of my favorite products in the description box below, but anytime I give product recommendations, it's always difficult for me to know what is your budget? What is the accessibility of the products that you can get? Do you have access to Korean or Japanese skincare products like I tend to prioritize in some of my videos? So I try to give you a range of things to choose from, so hopefully it suits your needs. This is most definitely one of my favorite go-to cleansing oils. It's by Hada Labo. It's a Japanese skincare brand, and it just works so beautifully to just melt your makeup, sunscreen, dirt, pollution, whatever is on your face. At the moment for me, it's a lot of sweat. In order to effectively double cleanse, you need to apply this cleansing oil to dry skin first. Put it all over your face, rub very gently around your eyes and your mascara if you're wearing it, and then emulsify it by adding water. So I tend to put water on my hands, add the water to my face, really emulsify that so it's really picking up all that dirt and grime, and then rinse it all away. If you don't like using an oil, you can use an oil cleansing balm like this one from Naturium. Same idea. The oil properties of it are really attracting the oil and the impurities in your face and pulling that out of your skin. Not pulling it out, it sounds like we're in a little tug of war here, but you know what I mean. After that, then I use a hydrating cleanser. I use a hydrating cleanser for myself because my skin is sensitive, rosacea prone, and dehydrated. Always have to know your skin to know what products to pick. So if you have really oily skin, you might be choosing a different cleanser, one that has maybe some salicylic acid in it, or niacinamide is also very good for oily skin. For me, I really want to get lots of hydration and do not want to strip my skin. The cleansing process, especially if you have rosacea, can sometimes actually strip and overstimulate the skin. So it's another tip I have for those of you with rosacea. Try not to really scrub your face. Using a face cloth sometimes can even really irritate my cheeks because that face cloth is almost like a manual exfoliant. So you can opt for a microfiber cloth or cutting up your own flannel pieces or even just using your hands. Once I cleanse that away, double cleanse is complete. And the double cleanse is so important because it really sets the stage for all of your other skincare products to be effectively used in your skin without being disrupted by dirt and oil and makeup clogging your pores, because you're not going to get the benefit of those ingredients, and also you could be prone to acne breakouts if that's the case. I want to go back to something that I said in my previous video because I like to start any skincare routine with the 7 skins method. except I don't always do 7 skins. So I sometimes do 3 skins or 5 skins or 4 skins. And so I'm calling it the Krista Evelyn Any Skins effect. You can market that. I like to infuse my skin with great hydration immediately after cleansing. So in the morning, if I'm coming straight out of the shower, or in the evening, right after that first cleanse, I love to use a thermal mist like this. This one's Uriage. La Roche-Posay also has an amazing one. One of you commented on my last video, and I so appreciate that. I actually went to an event where Uriage people were there working the event, and they were telling me that they really recommend this for people with rosacea because it's really good for our skin barrier. I need to use it right now because I'm hot AF. And I don't mean in the beautiful sense. Ah, so refreshing and so cooling on the skin. You can even use it over makeup like I've just done. So that is usually my first skin when it comes to the 7 skins method. Did I even explain what 7 skins was? It's derived from a Korean skincare practice where you're layering 7 thin essences, toners, mists onto your skin quickly in succession to really infuse hydration into your skin. There are a number of ways to do this. You can use a toner for that and simply apply it 7 times in succession using just that one toner, or you can capitalize on different toners and essences to really leverage the different ingredients in each of those products. That's kind of what I like to do, and that's also why I sometimes only limit it to 3 or 4 or 5 skins. So if we call the mist the first skin, the next one I really like to use is something that has fermented ingredients. Fermented ingredients in skincare is just so good for well aging. The gold standard for a fermented skincare essence is this one. It's SK2. The reason it's the gold standard is it costs bars of gold to pay for it. It's very expensive. I use it kind of sparingly now because I'm almost at the end of it, which you shouldn't do with your products. You should use it, enjoy it, love it, buy it again if you want to, or worry about it for the next paycheck. So this is one I highly recommend, but not if it's going to break the bank, because the other one I really like is this one by Numbizin. I literally just ran out of my last one. I'm ready to open this one. It has fermented skincare ingredients, great hydrating ingredients, and rich nutrients that really help support the skin barrier. It doesn't do any harm to my rosacea skin. There's also this one by Shiseido. This is another Japanese brand that I just don't feel many people talk about. And this is their Udermine essence, and it also has fermented ingredients in it as well. It does have fragrance, and I know most people with rosacea like to sort of shy away from fragrance, myself included, but I really do love fragrance skincare. So I haven't had any kind of reaction to this, but for those of you who are sensitive to fragrance, avoid this and go for one of the other ones I've mentioned. But it is beautiful, and man, do I love that smell. And then I just like using a hydrating toner, and I mean the one I picked to show you today is by Skin 1004. This is their Madagascar Centella Bio-Cica Essence Toner. So it's an essence and toner all in one. I love anything that has Centella asiatica, or Cica as it's sometimes called, because it's just so good to calm and soothe my skin. And then I might even finish off my 7 skins with some kind of toner that has peptides in it. This one by Numbizin, current favorite of mine. Some other people call this skin flooding, and I think are capitalizing on marketing it that way, but whatever you want to call it, it's about getting lots of nice hydration into your skin. I'll put a little graphic here that kind of shows you that 7 skins method. Again, I got feedback on my last video that the graphic I used was too small. I really like developmental feedback, so if you have constructive criticism for me, and give it to me. I love to hear it. Another thing about being 50, you can actually take constructive criticism well. But the key feature of this evening skincare routine is a copper peptide, and I love using copper peptide serums. I do have to put a little bit of a disclaimer here because some people have found that copper peptide serums actually increase the facial hair growth on their face. I haven't found that to be the case, but let me know if you have, and that will help others in the comments. If you've been around a while, you know my all-time favorite copper peptide is this. It's by Neod and it's called Kale, their copper amino isolate lipid, and it is a fabulous serum. It is a bit pricey as well too, but I feel it is absolutely 110% worth the price for me. And I always purchase it when The Ordinary has their Slowvember sale, because everything is it 20% off or 25? I think it's 20% off. I'll put it right here. Hada is a sister company to The Ordinary that has really thoughtful and fabulous formulations, but with that also comes an increased price tag. So if you prefer to use The Ordinary's copper peptide serum, it is also fabulous as well, and I would easily recommend that if you don't think you can afford this one. As you can see, I stock up every Slovember so that I never run out, because this one's almost at the end of its rope. It also has a copper amino isolate serum. Now, I personally prefer this one. It is more of an oily based texture. It applies to the skin really beautifully, and I swear when I applied this the first time, I noticed the next day a difference in my skin. That probably didn't actually happen, but I swear that's what I felt. And that is why I use it to this day, because I always just see great results. This is a great serum as well too, and it contains copper peptides, which are really good at boosting collagen in the skin, have lots of well-aging properties and benefits to our skin. But this is much more like an essence. As you can see, it's really watery, and if you like applying that kind of texture to your skin, this is a great option as well. Me personally, I prefer the sort of oily texture of the kale, but that's just a personal preference. In fact, because I'm so extra, what I like to do is use kale on my face and case down my neck and across my chest. Peach and Lily also has a copper peptide serum that I took with me to the cottage last weekend, and I left it there. So I can't show you here, but I'll just put a picture of it here so you know what it looks like. Another fabulous copper peptide serum. I think lots of brands are coming out with these because they really see the benefit of including this in a skincare routine. And I just like using this copper peptide serum as a standalone skincare routine. Like I said, it's meant to just put a kind of pause on all the active ingredients I'm throwing into my skincare routine to really target the signs of aging. That also can flare up my rosacea if I were to use them every single day. So using this as an in-between routine, but not compromising on the types of goals I have in targeting my fine lines and wrinkles, elasticity, etc., the copper peptide serum will really work to assist with that. After I apply that serum, I apply an eye cream, and this is a really good one. I've worked for Murad before on this product, and for the collaboration, they made me take before and after pictures. I was actually quite surprised at the difference in my eyes in a short amount of time. But this has retinaldehyde in it, or retinal. And if you don't know completely the difference between a retinol, a retinal, retinaldehyde, tretinoin, then don't worry, I've got you covered. I did a complete video explaining all that because it can be a little bit complicated. But I love to target the crow's feet and fine lines and wrinkles around my eyes, so using a product like this around my eyes in the evening routine is just perfect. And then I apply a moisturizer. You can choose any moisturizer you want under the sun. I use very basic things like CeraVe. Brands, of course, send me things, so I get to try a lot of products, but this is one that really stood out for me as well. By Naturium, this is their multi-peptide moisturizer. I mean, I just like the packaging. I travel a lot as well for work, so I like taking something that can travel easily with me, and I just find this leaves a beautiful finish on my skin. And most nights I end with a face oil. There's a big kind of face oil debate. Do you put the face oil on before your moisturizer or after? It sort of depends for me. Some days I do it before, some days I do it after. The people who make the face oils often say you should put it on before your moisturizer so that it gets into your skin, and then you're locking everything with your moisturizer. But this is one, again, I've been using for years. It's by Biossance. Their vitamin C and rose oil. Just a beautiful way to nourish the skin. This evening skincare routine can all be done on damp skin, so you can actually kind of zip through it pretty fast. You don't have to really wait for anything to dry down. Everything can kind of be put on one after another, which I also like. So this is also a great routine when you're kind of tired and you just want to go to bed. So that's it for my copper peptide evening skincare routine that really I feel has transformed my skin at the age of 50. I use this one once or twice a week in between the other skincare routines that I'm going to show you in subsequent videos. So stay tuned for part 3. Drop a comment below your thoughts on this, and please share your experiences with copper peptides as well. And if you haven't watched these videos, be sure to watch them next. Thanks as always for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.